Oh, look, the brand split. Yay. Ooh. In all honesty, it could give people some really good opportunities, but I already gave my thoughts on if I thought it would work. Personally, I don't think it's going to. They're adding more pay-per-views. They're going to have a pay-per-view about every 2 weeks after SummerSlam. No, seriously.
Didn't we already establish that was a bad idea?
Yeah, and they didn't listen to the fans that don't want more stuff. It's one thing if you're going to make the shows matter, but to me, you already make so many matches on your B pay-per-views throwaways, so let's split the roster and make the matches mean even less. Oh well, whatever.
They're going to overwhelm people so much that people are just going to stop watching.
You say that like they kind of haven't already done that now.
Even more so.
Yeah. SmackDown has meant, like, and this is all due respect to Mauro Ranallo and a bigger emphasis on wrestling. The whole SmackDown, I haven't watched SmackDown in about a month.
I watched it last week and it was boring as shit.
Mauro, though, was good on commentary.
Yeah.
Mauro's good.
Mauro's probably the best part of it.
Mauro's the best part of commentary in WWE, period, except for Graves talking to Phillips. Shut up, Tom. Anyway, here's my thing. So, this is pure fantasy booking of the draft. Who would I have as... Yes, well, I mean, I have many fantasies that I can't put here on camera. But, okay, for GMs, That's right. For GMs, Stephanie would run SmackDown.
Why?
Because Shane's not going to be around much after SummerSlam. Rumored. There's no reason to have Shane run it. I mean, it's just, to me, it's already kind of run its course. I'm not saying that Shane shouldn't be part of TV.
Or are you going to have it where Triple H is running one and Stephanie's running the other?
Well, you didn't let me finish, so Eric Bischoff would run Raw. Now, this would be going right back to 2002.
I thought Bischoff retired.
He did, but they could always bring him back. This is, again, is how I would book. No, you're right. He did retire. This is how I would book it. I would have, Bischoff was great running Raw. I mean, he was great. He was still the great Eazy-E heel persona from WCW. It would work out really well. So you could have, say, Bischoff run Raw, Stephanie run SmackDown. Okay, you could switch it up after a few months, whatever, but that's how you start out. Commentary, we're not getting rid of Cole. We're not getting rid of JBL. Cole, JBL, Byron on Raw.
Even though you hate Cole and JBL.
I do hate them, but they have their niche, and that niche is to annoy the piss out of people and mute the commentary. And then
I take them over Byron. Byron's just boring.
Byron brings a fresh voice to it. See, the problem is they pick on him so damn much that he doesn't get a chance to really say anything. Now for SmackDown, I would have Mauro Ranallo's obviously his voice SmackDown. David Otunga.
Have Tom?
No, Corey Graves.
Why?
Corey Graves could play off of Mauro great. Have Graves replace Lawler. They won't have this done.
I'm surprised you didn't throw Booker in there with Mauro.
Why the hell would I want Booker T on commentary? Booker T is one of the best athletes and most underappreciated talents ever. He was a horrible commentator. Chucky ducky quack quack. I sound more like Struppy the janitor. I ain't seen you before neither. Or it's like just like Sling Blade. I ain't reckon I got a reason to kill nobody. That's what happens. Shout out to that TNA Creative every time Finn Balor hits that move, Sling Blade. I'm like, it's Sling Blade. That's what they type out every time. Anyway, so you got Bischoff running Raw, Stephanie running SmackDown. Because, again, Shane's not going to be around much after SummerSlam, rumored. Now, he still could stick around, but he's more of a family man. He's probably going to be, going back to that. And he's never going to get control of the company. So maybe he's just doing this to, let his kids see him wrestle and almost die on pay-per-view because that
pay-per-view he wrestled on recently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he may wrestle Triple H at SummerSlam. That is rumored because, we have to see Triple H in the ring again. Because, WrestleMania...
That worked out so well last year.
I mean, did he wrestle last year at SummerSlam?
Yeah, against Sting.
No, that was Mania. I meant SummerSlam.
I thought that was SummerSlam.
No, it was Mania. No, anyway. So you got that. You got the commentary team set. This is who I would put on Raw. And I'm going to go down now. Ziggler is not on the list, not because he's not important. I forgot Ziggler. Okay, I'm sorry. I just did. It's like Ziggler will be on.
Off too much.
Ziggler, what?
He shows off too much.
No, he shows off for Dana Brooke too much. They are actually dating, believe
Get
it or
Dana
not.
off my TV.
No, thank God you said TV. Anyway, this is who I would have on Raw. Cena, Rollins, Zayn, Del Rio, Rusev. Why? Rusev, if he's a U.S. champion, feature that title on Raw.
Yeah.
Put the U.S. title on, or not the U.S. title. Put the U.S. title on Raw, IC title on SmackDown.
Can we take Miz with it?
We could take the title off of Miz, and we could do that.
Can we just put Miz on SmackDown so we never have to see him?
Well, you know, if you actually would let me get to my show, get to the show, I will actually get done with the list. It's like, sorry, she's pulling a Kanye West here. I'm gonna let you finish. Yeah, speaking of which, actually, I may do another show weighing in on Kanye West's stupid video. And if you haven't seen it, don't watch it.
Compared to the other stupid things he's done.
Yes, but anyway, it's just Kanye West is a moron. But anyway, so that's what I would start off with. Cena, Rollins, Zayn, Del Rio, and Rusev. AJ Styles, Gallows, and Anderson. You don't need to break the club up. Balor is a call-up from NXT to be on, obviously, to be on Raw. Bayley, because Balor and Bayley are inseparable. You know, they're just good friends, of course. Sasha, Charlotte, because Charlotte's still going to be the champion by the time, you know, we get the draft. Paige, American Alpha gets called up. They put over the Authors of Pain sometime on, you know, yeah, that's what I would do. Enzo and Cass stay on Raw, which I think is fair. Nikki, if she returns. There are rumors she's going to return soon.
Just gotta be with Cena.
That's why, pretty much. I mean, it's like they're not going to take Cena off of Raw. They're just not going to. But Samoa Joe, he gets called up. NXT just going to get gutted in this call-up. Darren Young will stay on Raw. Because you gotta have at least guys that are mid...
Stop making him great again.
He hasn't been great before. I mean, I liked it.
That's what he's trying to prove. He's trying to be great.
No, yeah, but he hasn't. I mean, Bob Backlund. I don't even know if Bob Backlund knows what he's saying. But Darren Young, you got to have mid card to lower card heels or faces. I don't even know what the hell Darren Young is. I think he's supposed to be a face. I don't really care.
He looks like a face.
I mean, he looking like a man. Darren Young though.
He looks like a lady.
Darren. It must be my birthday. Darren Young, though, should be... that was a really bad segue. Darren, I am so sorry if you ever see... If anybody fans of Darren Young see this, that was not a correlation. Darren Young seems like a great talent. He's a great spokesperson, being first openly gay wrestler.
Get your fat space ass back here.
That people wanted to accept. It's enough out of you. Even though we knew that other wrestlers were gay before Darren Young, bravo to him for coming out. But you got to have guys like him on. Guys like him did not go too well on Raw.
What do you mean, guys like him?
What do you mean, guys like him? But Randy Orton's got to be on Raw because you got to do this. You got to eventually give us Cena and Orton as an unlikely tag team. You've done it before in the past, just very briefly. And Orton's got to return. Orton, here's the thing. Here's how you return quicker. Just remember to have your wife take the garbage out on trash day. That's all you gotta do.
I thought they were engaged.
Are they just engaged? See, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that.
They were just engaged.
Are they?
Or
Rules,
girlfriends.
like rules of... Like Orton's the girlfriend also? I mean, is that where we're going with it?
Let's go with that.
Orton with his mighty Orton Christ lip gloss. Oh. Anyway. The hell's going on with my show? Fandango and Breeze, because you got to have a jobber team on there. And, I mean, really, just get them away from the Golden Truth. Bubba Ray, we're going to split the Dudleys up. Bubba Ray's on Raw.
No.
Why? Okay, no about Bubba being on Raw or no about splitting the Dudleys up?
Splitting the Dudleys.
Why? They aren't doing anything. Kalisto is on Raw. They're splitting up the Lucha Dragons. Then Kalisto can go celebrate by putting in his girlfriend's kucha. Kane will be on Raw. The Ascension. Jericho, Ziggler also, if you want to do that. And unfortunately, you got to have one more woman on there. Guess who the hell I'm putting on the red brand?
Maddie?
No. Red. Guess who I'm putting on there?
Sasha?
No! I already have Sasha on there. Who's the other person with red hair? Eva Marie. That's unfortunately who's probably going to...
just keep her down where she is?
That's how she stays on the rosters, by keeping down. Keeping down whatever she chokes
Where
down.
did you say Natty was? I can't remember.
Now, I haven't said Natty yet. I haven't gotten to SmackDown yet.
Why are you putting Natty
SmackDown's going to be seen as an equal brand for about 2 months.
For 2 months.
But here's the whole thing.
You're generous.
Eva Marie has to be on the Raw brand because we need to get 3 hours, of a crowd getting ready to boo the shit out of somebody that doesn't belong in a damn wrestling ring. But Eva Marie's probably she could be on either brand. She's going to get booed.
Have her fight Nikki again because that worked out so well the last time.
Well, you know how it'll be great because Eva Marie can take a slam or forget to put the tampon in all the way. No, seriously, there's actually footage of her not putting the string in all the way. Like you pull it and you think a life raft's
They're
gonna
trying
pop
to
out.
tell Nikki was the worst champ ever.
Nikki was one of the worst book champs ever. I will concede at least Nikki improved.
But she's at least as good to her fans as a champ.
She is. No, she is awesome to her fans. And shout out to Ashley at WWE fan. I know that you met both Bellas and you're a huge Bella fan, along with being a huge Taylor Swift fan. But I believe you met both Bellas and you said they were great, which is awesome. Anyway, so now we're done with Raw. So Cena's going to headline Raw, and then you got Rollins and Styles and Zayn and Del Rio, even though poor Del Rio. I love Del Rio, but he's so watered down WWE.
Is he going to split up from Paige?
I said Paige was on Raw. Good grief. Are you not paying attention to anything I say?
I'm still thinking about how bad that Roman redemption thing would be.
Yeah, but see, that was the other show that they can go back and watch. Of course it is. And speaking of Reigns is going to headline SmackDown. And
Yay!
Maybe he can, maybe he can believe that he can stop taking amphetamines. Ambrose.
He is the guy of SmackDown.
He is not a good guy. He is not a bad guy. He is the suspended guy. As of right now, Reigns, Ambrose, Owens, Cesaro, and Cruz. Those are your top 5 on SmackDown so far. That's good.
Oh, I would hate that if Cruz is on SmackDown. I like Cruz.
I like Cruz. Why can't you watch SmackDown? It's going to be on Tuesdays. Anyway, no, Cruz.
SmackDown's kind of ruined their reputation.
Yeah, WWE's done that. They can rebrand it and make it matter more. Anyway, I agree with you, but Cruz, have him on SmackDown. It's a better way to... You can always, of course, do talent trades. You can have a draft the next year. Let Cruz develop his own character or develop a character, and then to actually give him a chance to develop some personality because he's a hell of a talent. But anyway, then you go to Sheamus, Miz. You're going to have the IC title. If you're going to keep the IC title on him for stupid reasons, have him on SmackDown. You're going to have the IC title defended there. The women's title and the tag titles will go back and forth for right now, unless they want to establish particular brand titles for that, which they can. Neville, a returning Neville. You could have him, go for the IC title. I'd be all for that. He could.
His ears are probably listening to you right now.
He could hang the title right here, and it would balance easily. He wouldn't even need to put it around his waist.
Just look like a headband.
I feel bad for Neville. Neville's an awesome talent, but God, it's like every time I see him, I think of the line from this MST, Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies. That's the actual title.
I keep thinking of the Dumbo one. I never did see an elephant fly.
Who the hell talked like that in Dumbo? Anyway, no.
I never said I was good at voices.
No? Okay, at least you said. Let's see. So, Neville, I always think of that line from that Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies, Mystery Science Theater, where this guy had huge ears and they go, please know that you can talk to my ears at any time. And just they're like, everybody's cracking up. Anyway, Neville needs to return when he returns, he needs to go to SmackDown. I would be all for that. The Wyatts will be on SmackDown. New Day will be on SmackDown until they split up the New Day, which is going to happen really soon.
I thought they would have one 3-person tag team on each brand.
Well, no. See, the thing is you have Styles, Gallows, and Anderson because they're kind of a package deal. Balor putting them with them. American Alpha, you could always have Kurt Angle return and coach them.
Sure.
But you got a lot of things you could do. But like I said, Wyatt's, New Day, Becky's going to be on SmackDown, Natty's going to be on SmackDown, Dana, unfortunately, you got to split Charlotte and Dana up. Neither one's doing anything for anybody. If you're going to let Dana...
She's her protege, though.
Prodigy. That's how Dana would pronounce it. Actually, I'd be amazed if she could get past the R. But you got to have Dana. Dana, at least... Dana is good to her fans. That's one thing I will say about her. I've heard very good things about...
She's so self-absorbed.
That's actually more of a character. Even though what you've seen on Breaking Ground, she actually... No, I'm just saying. Breaking Ground, they play to the cameras.
Yeah, I know, but...
Am I saying that Dana's like the least self-absorbed person ever? No, I'm not. But I think Dana on the blue brand, on the blue pill, which is a good thing to be on. It's like Plan B. That way we don't have any little Ziggler showing off. Having her on the blue brand, I would be fine with that. Becky and Natty could be people that could help coach her. You have good coaches for women, the women wrestlers that could travel. Some good agents like Fit Finley. He worked with the women. He was responsible for people like Trish Stratus, Lita, and a lot of others succeeding. But Titus would be on SmackDown. That way he could kiss his teenage son on the lips. That was really bizarre. You remember that? I was like watching it, I'm like, what? I mean, what the hell was that? That was ridiculous. But anyway,
He's from Florida.
the show. Well, I mean, none of his kids got eaten by alligators, though. Anyway, going so to hell for that one. The Shining Stars. They'll be on SmackDown or released. I don't care. I mean, we've seen one match on TV with them.
And then they lose?
No, they won. They were against two jobbers. Yeah, shout out to your state, by the way, for not, giving them a good reception. No, seriously, that was awesome because they didn't deserve a reception. The gimmick's horrible. No, seriously, it's a horrible gimmick. But anyway, you got the Shining Stars. They can get released. I don't care. Summer, put Summer on SmackDown and let her wrestle. She actually can wrestle. Don't put her in stupid love angles.
She doesn't have a personality to do promos, though.
She's shown a personality in some interviews. No, off of WWE
it's just
TV.
lately her promos seem lifeless.
Well, it's the bleach in her hair that's what's getting to her. No, Summer actually has a bit of a brain on her. Not seemingly much, but Summer deserves at least a chance. She tore it up in NXT pretty well. Or maybe not tore it up, but she was better featured as a wrestler before she got
I'll give you that.
Cassie, you could get in the ring and be better than Eva.
Yay.
No, that was just doing Eva. Yay! Well, Eva, at least you tried. You failed. You tried your best and you failed miserably. The lesson is never try. Usos. Yeah, they'll be on SmackDown because you got to have the Usos to take the heat off Reigns by adding more heat to themselves. Austin Aries, he will get called up. Him on SmackDown, I think, is a good fit. Swagger would be a good fit.
Haven't they already called up enough people in the last 6 months, though?
What do you mean enough people? Anyway, of course they have. The thing is NXT is going to have like a rebranding. I mean, they're not going to get rebranded like, oh, they're like, going to totally change, but they're going to have some people that are ready called up. You got to have people ready to fill these spots, which is going back to Eva Marie. Wait, what? Swagger, he's going to be on there. Swagger's hair, of course, co-starring. Golden Truth, sadly, are together. They're going to be on SmackDown. Devon, even though Devon without Bubba really isn't much of anything. Devon's a good wrestler. It's just, unfortunately...
Stick him with New Day.
No, we're not saying... he could be granddad of New Day. Sin Cara, even though Devon's only like 44. Poor Devon. Actually, he might be about that. But anyway, Sin Cara, Hunakara, I mean, I don't really care. I mean, it's like he'll be on SmackDown. Alicia Fox, I mean... I don't even know if Alicia Fox is still part of the company, in all honesty. I haven't seen
her since the Bellas left.
I haven't seen her since Mania. She was in that 10 women's tag match.
Yeah.
I mean, Naomi possibly could get put on SmackDown, or probably SmackDown if the Usos are on there. My thing is has Naomi recovered from her ankle injury?
I don't think they're going to split her up from her husband.
That's what I was saying, that's why, whichever one she's dating.
Married to.
Whatever. I don't understand cultures. Alicia Fox, though, will be on there. You could throw Naomi on there. You could throw her on wherever you're going to have the Usos. Big Show, you got to have one giant on each show. And then have Corbin. They're probably going to have Corbin. They could have Corbin on Raw. I mean, they could do that. I forgot about Corbin probably because his pants frighten me and his Kool-Aid Man stomach makes me uncomfortable. But the Revival. You could put the Revival, call them up, and put them on SmackDown. I think the Revival would thrive on that. But anyway, overall, I think you could have good anchored shows with some good talent. And that's, of course, just ones that I just mentioned briefly.
But you have to use it, right?
I got in trouble for that once. But I don't know. It's like, do you how long do you think, over or under, how long do you think it'll go before SmackDown is made irrelevant again? Over or under 6 months?
I give it a
You give it a oh wow, that's way under. I will say by Mania by
just because of how long this new era worked out for.
Yeah, the new era is like the reality era. They just keep naming shit and it's not going well. Anyway, that is my idea on fantasy booking. And you can bring titles like the Cruiserweight title back if you want. Bring some of the guys from the Cruiserweight.
Let us know what your ideas are for this.
Let us do lunch and Romaine along. But let me know in the comments if you'd like. Follow me on Twitter if you'd like @Reborn again, REBOURNE again. Let me know. Tweet to me what you think. What you think could be the superior brand. If they were smart, they'd have Heyman write SmackDown again, and it'd be great. But who knows? Anyway, folks, see ya.